Okay, welcome back to Podfast, our short, quickfire version of podcasts. I'm here with Simon. So, Simon, could you just introduce yourself briefly and what it is you do?
Yeah, I'm Simon Bocko. I've actually got two businesses. One is a branding agency who works specifically with high growth businesses, and the other is a socially responsible coffee company that gives 10% of everything we sell to charity.
Amazing. And we're going to jump straight into a stupid question. What celebrity do you want wiped from the face of the earth?
Do you know what? Actually, this is quite topical. I actually come up with an idea to invent a thing where you could just not see certain parts of news, and it would be Katie Price or Jordan. Like, I just can't bear to look at her any longer with a new facelift or some other going bust or mucky mansion or whatever. And somehow, even though I've got no interest in this whatsoever, I get exposed to. I know a lot about this already. I get exposed to it. So no, yeah. If I never saw her face again, brilliant.
Okay. What inspired you to start either of your businesses?
I think probably different reasons for different businesses. I think on the agency side, I was very lucky in the sense I got promoted quite quickly and effectively hit the top.
Okay.
The next job was my boss's job, who owned the business, and I kind of got fed up and thought, I'm not going to go and get another job, another pay. I think that the career trajectory just wasn't interesting for me. And I always, like a lot of entrepreneurs, I think you can do it better yourself. So that was it. So I kind of hit the ceiling and thought, you know what, time to do it myself and stand on my own 2 feet. And I think on the coffee side, it was just a passion, really. It was a case of I'm doing a lot of pro bono work, and that was time-based. And I thought, is there a way to help charities through a passion? I love coffee, love helping people. I thought, put the two together, and then it becomes a great way to sort of passively donate whilst doing something that you enjoy, so drinking coffee, and that's kind of where it came about, really.
Okay, yeah. Sometimes it's those things that you don't expect that end up sort of going big, isn't it, I guess?
Yeah. It's one of those things I always joke. I've got a co-founder, and it's like the thing that you just did for passion that you thought would be nice to help people that had no real ambition behind it goes to the moon, and the thing you've been absolutely flogging your guts on and got 20 years experience goes nowhere. It's like always the way.
Always. Okay, and what is one thing that you hate about the UK?
Oh, God.
Probably quite a lot, maybe.
It's probably a few. I think in a business context, I actually think it's become a very difficult place to have a business and grow a business. I think there are lots of other countries or jurisdictions that makes it much easier. I think on a less serious business note, I mean, like potholes, I think is just the fact that we pay. If you had a thirsty car, your tax would be like £700 a year, but yet for your £700, you basically go through a set of tyres a year and potholes.
Yeah,
it's just astounding. I mean, it needs to be fixed quickly.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. And if there was one skill that you were going to give a masterclass on, what would it be?
Do you know what? I thought about this. I've got a thing in my head, which is a presentation around selling, which is people aren't price sensitive, they're trust sensitive. That's okay. Kind of my thing. And it's about how a sales process is demonstrating that someone trusts you, that you're going to deliver, exactly what you say you're going to do. And so I think I'd run something on selling in a way that builds trust, probably. I think that's probably what I'd do.
Okay, perfect. What drink do you wish could come out of the taps?
Good question. Well, obviously coffee.
Yeah, I was going to say
because that'd be an absolute money printer for me if the government suddenly said, right, all taps are going to run coffee, and we want some socially responsible coffee business to do that. Then great, like I'll be selling it by the 10 tons to local government. So selfishly, absolutely. I'd probably choose that.
How do you measure success?
I think when I was younger, success metrics were like who had the best Range Rover, who had the nicest house, who had the most money, whether I'm head to toe in Balenciaga or whatever it might be. I actually think it's about having time, and I think for me, I'd love to get to a place where I chose what I want. I kind of there now in my own business, but like chose what I want to do, who I want to spend time with. I've got hobbies that I can make time for in the day, spend loads of time with my family. I think getting to a place where you're financially stable and secure, that you can have a kind of fulfilling life that doesn't have to all revolve around paycheck to paycheck, work to work, kind of being, I guess, financially free. I think that's a success for me.
More of a like holistic thing. And,
definitely.
Not just the money. Yeah, definitely. You don't have to answer this one if you don't want to, but what is the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you in public?
In public, the thing for me is I actually don't get embarrassed
Okay.
at all,
That's good,
and
then.
actually use it as a weapon. So
That's dangerous.
yeah, exactly. So if I'm, used to have an ex-girlfriend who'd get embarrassed really easily. I would just make a scene in a supermarket. I do it with my wife now. If I'm losing an argument, I'll just start to make a scene, and they will go really red and kind of shrink, and I'll be absolutely fine.
And that's when you're thriving.
Yeah, I've got no problems. You're maybe too young, but like Trigger Happy TV or like this kind of joke type situations, I got no problems with that, and I never get embarrassed, never go red. So I kind of use it as a weapon.
Oh, that's great. I wish I had that. What advice would you give to aspiring entrepreneurs?
I think just start. I think it's a bit like anything. I think there's a thing that you think, oh, I've got X number of years experience or Y number of years experience, but we've all got no years of experience of being an entrepreneur. So I kind of felt I had a career of 10, 15 years or whatever it was. I ran an agency, I ran businesses, exit business, blah, blah, but there is nothing like doing it on your own, and you've got to relearn. So I think for me, if I'd run it all again, I would have started much younger when I was utterly clueless. But I lived with my parents, I had no overheads, I had a cheap car. Like my only outgoings were like my car insurance, petrol and a phone. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's what I would probably suggest to people is just get going early, make all your mistakes when you've got no outgoings.
Yeah.
And then when you have got outgoings, you're actually a good entrepreneur or better at entrepreneurialism, and that's a thing. Yeah. And then you can kind of support that. That'd be my recommendation.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that's really good advice. Thank you. What's your favourite football team?
Manchester United, but I kind of keep that quiet now. So I come from the days of Steve Bruce, Mark Hughes, Andre Kanchelskis, Ryan Giggs, David Beckham, Fergie. Yeah. Like that was the thing that got me excited as a kid, and I loved the way that the club was run, and no one was too big for it. And obviously now we're spending 80 million euros on Anthony and finishing sixth or whatever it is. So I'm not as excited as I used to be.
No, definitely. Well, I'm a Chelsea fan, so I can relate to that.
Well, yeah, I mean, we could talk about that all day.
Yeah, we could. But thank you so much. That's the end of the questions. So yeah, thank you for joining us on Podfast.
Thank you.
And, join us next time.
Cheers.